me a better way.
3, 2, 1.
Wishing I was.
I'm doing you a favor.
I bought you a soda and cookies. It is snowing, and it actually like is sticking, oddly enough. Alrighty guys, it's been a bit since we last talked. I forgot to grab my vlog camera before I went to work today, so there was like no content this morning, and I apologize for that. I'm now currently headed to Weiss because I'm buying myself a treat for my doctor's appointment. I just went and sold something off a Facebook marketplace, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bummed because I put it down for 25 and he only brought 15. And I was just like, you know what, he's here. I just don't feel like dealing with selling stuff anymore. And part of me is like, you know what, I should have just like kept it because I have like 6 other people lined up who want it. I just didn't feel like dealing with it. I'm just like, you know what, I don't care, just take it. I'm just like a little upset because I paid 10 for it. And then I bought like brand new stoppers for it, like for the wall, like the wall thingies. And I bought brand new ones for $10 off of Amazon, and I lost $5 in this transaction. So, a little upset, but that is okay because it's sold and whatever, it's fine. It's fine. All right, well I got some boneless wings. I got some Witch's Brew Alani that I found for my mom. And some Oreos. I'm Snapchatting Corey, and like I feel kind of dumb now. Like I shouldn't have sold it. I should have like held on to it. But that's okay. I'm gonna only give him 4 stars though. I'm like talking with Corey, and Corey's like, yeah, that's like a common thing people do on Facebook. So they had these like buffalo boneless wings, and I've been craving buffalo wings for whatever reason. Like I really want to go and get go to like Buffalo Wild Wings or something, like get like chicken wings. I like haven't had a good chicken wing in a really long time. I don't know why or where this came from, but I really want chicken wings. So besides that, the doctors went well. I have been dealing with like passing out issues, and that actually happened today, which I guess I'll tell you guys about. So I've been dealing with like passing out problems and like feeling very faint and lightheaded for a while now. And it started ever since I got my COVID vaccine, and it's still been doing it. It just kind of slacked off for a bit, but I got blood drawn and that kind of like redid it. And now I'm going through this all over again, and I feel like crap a lot. And we're trying to figure out like what it is. Like if it could be like a sugar problem, is it like an iron problem? Like what is it? But my doctor did like an EKG, it came back fine. She wants me to wear a heart monitor now, which I'm like on the fence about. But I don't know, we'll see. Girl, you gotta go. You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. Pretty much we're just trying to like figure out what it is, but she's like so pinned on the fact that it's like my anxiety, which is like driving me insane because like I have anxiety, I get it from my dad. My dad has anxiety, but I have never been medicated for it because I didn't want to be medicated for it, and my mom didn't want me to be medicated for it. And I have spent, I don't even know how many years, but it's a lot of years. I've spent a lot of years working on my anxiety, probably since I was like 15. When I started dating Corey, that kind of, Corey, you tested my anxiety a little bit. Started like forcing myself into more things that made me uncomfortable, because like obviously when you get into a relationship, that whole thing is, for the first time, like a relationship for the first time, that whole experience is uncomfortable just because it's so new. Not uncomfortable, just like out of your comfort zone, and it takes a lot. So like going through all the stages of like talking, and then finally dating, and then trying to get to know this person, and letting this person like actually start to trust them and all that stuff. So I think that kind of like broke my anxiety a bit, and I still have like flare-ups. It's not ever gonna be gone because it's genetically in me, but I've done a lot to make it more tolerable. And I honestly think going to getting out of in-person school did change that a lot too. So I was never meant for in-person school, guys. All right, guys, so it isn't much later now. It's currently 8:07. Have I done any homework? No. But have I edited the vlog? No. I haven't felt very good, so I've just kind of been hanging out. But we're gonna sit down and edit the vlog and then try to do a little bit of homework before bed. We shall see. But I saved a whole bunch of Titanic clips when my mom and I went to the Titanic exhibit back in early November for a day like today where there wasn't going to be much vlog content. So enjoy these clips from November 4th when my mom and I went to the Titanic exhibition, exhibit, whatever, in National Harbor. Hi guys, so I'm just popping in for a quick little voiceover because I realized that like when I was editing through this that obviously it's a guided audio tour, so there's no audio for you guys. So just looking at these clips and stuff, you might be a little bit confused about what's going on. So this did happen back in like November is when we went, like November 4th, but I'm gonna do my best to kind of recount like everything we did and like all that jazz. But pretty much this was a guided audio tour in National Harbor, and it was pretty much just walking you through everything with the Titanic. And I believe my mom found it on Facebook, but I've always been really interested in the Titanic. Obviously it's a very sad moment that happened and everything, but I just find it to be very interesting, and just that it's one of those historical things that just really intrigues me, which I find really weird because like boat stuff and like drowning stuff, like all of that really creeps me out. So I don't understand why I'm so fascinated by it, but I don't get it. But pretty much there was a letter that lined up with each audio track that you would listen to. So as you're walking, you go along through the alphabet and it lines you up with what you're seeing versus what you're hearing and what's being explained to you. So that was really cool. And there were a lot of like mock-ups. They had a lot of documents, letters, brochures, like a whole bunch of artifacts, which I found to be really cool. And this is like my second time recording this voiceover because I wanted to make sure that I was like saying everything correctly. But a lot of the artifacts, I believe, weren't directly from the Titanic, but they were from the sister ship, which was the Olympic. I was calling it the Merchant. I don't know where I got the Merchant from. It feels like something from like, the Merchant was from Outer Banks. That's where I'm getting that from. No, but the Titanic sister ship was the Olympic, which I believe had a similar build to the Titanic. So a lot of the recreations and stuff that they don't necessarily have direct history on, they can reflect back to the Olympic. I don't necessarily remember or know if the Olympic had any like outings or like what those outings were, but pretty much we just walked through the whole thing. What you just saw was like an iceberg, and you could like put your hand on it and it was the exact same temperature, I believe, as the water. And it was really cold. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't keep my hand on it for very long. So yeah, but this was really interesting just to walk through and just kind of read everything. And I really liked the letter parts and just reading all the letters and stuff that people wrote. And I just find it really interesting that this, like, I feel like we're not going to have this type of history because everything that we have is digital, where like if you throw your phone in the water, it's gone, which is kind of ironic because we were battling with my brother during this time because he did in fact throw his phone in the water and we couldn't get in contact with him, which was really odd that we were at a Titanic exhibit when that was happening. Anyway, this was like a 3D model of what they believe the Titanic is at, like looking like at the bottom of the ocean once they kind of did all the like scans and stuff. Here is all the lists of the first, second, and third class passengers and the crews, which it's really crazy to read all those names because those signs were like wall sizes. It was crazy. But if this ever comes near you, I highly recommend it. Christmas balls! I never showed that I decorated the Christmas tree. You're kind of blocking it though. I decorated the Christmas tree yesterday. I also put my Santa hat on top. Didn't know what to do with the Santa hat. It is currently 10:33. We are back to posting vlogs at 10 o'clock at night. We made it one day posting vlogs at 5 p.m. It didn't last. No, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I have spent probably 90% of the afternoon on the phone with Alexa. That's my second time FaceTiming her today. We go through like, well, she'll typically FaceTime me like once a week and we'll like digest everything. Then we text pretty much every single day. Literally her and Corey are like the two people I talk to every single friggin' day. But Lex doesn't Snapchat, she texts. Also, for my vlog that I'm about to post, it was from yesterday, and it's when we did Firehouse photos, and I went back and dug up an old vlog from 2017 when we did Firehouse photos. That was a different time, guys.